So here we are in Dragon Dictate, and what I want to show you first is how you start getting set up for dictation. The first thing you'll do after you've installed Dragon is create a new profile. And a profile, you can have multiple profiles. It just basically personalizes the software to your voice and to your documentation. And you have two sorts of profiles in Dragon Dictate. You have profiles for dictation, which means live dictation, and you have profiles for transcription, which is where you process recordings. Now, I'm going to set up a new profile. You can see I've got one there already called Derek. I'm going to add a new one. I'll call this Derek 2, and you give it a name, which can be anything. You choose the microphone that you're going to use. Now, the built-in microphones on the Macs work fine for Dragon, particularly if you're in a quieter office. For the purposes of today's recording, though, I'm going to use Plantronics Savvy, a wireless device that I've got connected to my Mac. And then I need to choose the region that I'm in. And you can choose from a number of different English-speaking countries. And I'm going to choose Australia. And that just sets the profile for what a statistical average of Australian speakers is like. Now, the profile is just stored as a normal file in your file system on your Mac that you can back up and do things with like any other file. I'll save it on the desktop so you can actually see what that looks like. And it will go ahead and hopefully we'll see that pop up on the desktop. There we go. So you can see it's just a normal file. You can move that around. The next step is to just check that my microphone is working, and Dragon will adjust the volume of the sensitivity of the microphone so that it's not too loud or too quiet. I turn on the microphone by clicking on the red button. Read this text out loud, speaking at a normal conversational volume and pace. Microphone setup listens to your speech. It will automatically adjust the recording volume to suit your voice and environment. When the program has heard enough, a portion of what you just said will be played back. Listen for any problems such as too much background noise or distortion. If you reach the end of this text, please continue reading from the beginning. Read this text out loud, speaking at a normal conversational volume and pace. If you reach the end of this text, please continue reading from the beginning. Beautiful, sounds great. So a little bit of the audio is played back just to make sure that it's okay. Now you can stop at this point and go ahead and use the system, but what we recommend you do is click on this voice training button down here. And this will help Dragon learn how you personally speak even more. It's already done a little bit of adaptation. It's learnt what the timbre, the pitch of your voice is, and made a few other adjustments based on what you've read to it already. But this is a little bit more where it's learning more about your voice, particularly some of the punctuation commands that are in Dragon, so it'll improve the accuracy of what you're doing. It only takes 5 minutes, so those of you that knew Dragon from years ago where it used to take an hour or so to do this process, it's now only 5 minutes. And for Australian speakers, we recommend you do it as well. Let me show you what happens. We'll use the instructional script that will tell you a little bit about how Dragon works while we're going along. We turn on the microphone. Please read this text at a normal pace and with a normal tone of voice, comma, as if you were having a conversation with another person, full stop. Dragon will now collect an audio sample so it can adapt to the characteristics of your voice and begin learning how you pronounce words, full stop. A little bit of an initial calibration. Dictating with Dragon is different from talking to another person, full stop. People can easily filter out noise, comma, which lets us understand each other even in a noisy restaurant, full stop. Computers need help separating speech sounds from other sounds, full stop. As you read, comma, make sure you are in a place without too much noise, full stop. You should also check the position of your microphone, full stop. Your microphone should always be about an inch away from the corner of your mouth, full stop. When people talk, comma, they often hesitate, comma, mumble, comma, slur their words, comma, or leave words out altogether, full stop. But we are still able to understand each other, full stop. For example, comma, we use our experience and common sense to decide whether someone said, open quote, I scream, close quote, or open quote, ice cream, close quote. Dragon doesn't understand what words mean, comma, so it can't use common sense the way people do, full stop. Instead, comma, Dragon recognizes words that appear next to other words, full stop. It learns this from the way you speak to it, full stop. You need to help it understand how you speak and the context of the words you use, full stop. Dragon calculates how frequently words and phrases are used and can offer you suggestions when it makes mistakes, full stop. You just need to know how to operate it properly, full stop. It's best to dictate in complete sentences, comma, speaking clearly and evenly, comma, in a natural manner, full stop. The idea is to speak to Dragon normally, comma, at a consistent speed and volume, full stop. Try not to hesitate, comma, exaggerate your pronunciation, or talk loudly or slowly, full stop. Try to think about your whole sentence before you start to speak it, full stop. This will give Dragon the context it needs, full stop. The software lets you dictate punctuation and symbols, comma, such as question mark, open quote, plus sign, and hyphen, even things like smiley face, full stop. Dragon also comes with hundreds of commands, comma, including move mouse up, move mouse down and left, correct that, undo that, copy that, cap that, go to end, press OK, press escape, tab key. Pause briefly before saying a command and Dragon will instantly recognize that the command is something you want it to do, comma, rather than something you are dictating, full stop. When you first start dictating with Dragon, comma, it's important to be patient, full stop. As with anything, comma, practice is important, full stop. Try to avoid saying extra words you really don't want in your document, comma, like open quote, you know, close quote, full stop. Dragon has no way of knowing which words you say are important, comma, so it simply transcribes everything you say, full stop. Think about what you want to say before you speak, full stop. This will help you to dictate in complete phrases, full stop. To understand what it means to speak both clearly and naturally, comma, listen to the way newscasters read the news, full stop. For the best results using speech recognition, comma, copy this style when you dictate, full stop. If you dictate something by accident, comma, you can delete it by saying, comma, open quote, scratch that, close quote, full stop. You can delete full sentences, comma, a phrase, comma, just one word, comma, or a symbol, full stop. When you are dictating something Dragon doesn't understand, comma, like a person, apostrophe S, name, comma, you can say, comma, open quote, spelling mode, close quote, comma, and then spell out the word, full stop. You can apply formatting using a word processor, full stop. Just select the word by voice, comma, then you can capitalize, comma, change font size and style, comma, and apply bold, comma, italics, comma, or underlining, full stop. Another great feature is that Dragon can check your documents to learn how you write, comma, and the words and phrases that are most frequently used when you speak, full stop. Dragon enables you to perform many everyday tasks by just using your voice, full stop. Besides dictation, comma, you can also use it to surf the web by voice, full stop. You can open Safari by saying, comma, open quote, open Safari, close quote, comma, and then use commands to go to websites, comma. So there we go. Dragon's now basically set up my profile, or is setting up my profile based on how I speak. And after it's done that, we'll be ready to go. There is a tutorial that follows this setup process, which I won't take you through in this session, but we strongly recommend you do that. And that will take you through the first few commands that you need to master so that you can enter text easily into the system.